in IT, software development, we also have sprints. We are not running IT people like, I also like to just work with a computer, just sit all day. It's quite sedentary job, right? But there are certain activities that we call sprints, and I see recruiters often struggle with this. What are sprints? What are, say, Scrum sprints? What is a design sprint? Is it the same? Is it a different thing? Which one is better? So these are some of the questions I received during a recent webinar, and I thought I will clarify this with you guys also now during this live stream. So let me just clarify it briefly, all right? So what's the difference between a Scrum and a design sprint? Is it the same? Like totally, it's not the same. It's very different. It's not even close, I would say. Just looking at the timeline, and it's important for you if you are an IT recruiter or you're a business owner and you still don't understand some of these terms, then I'll try to really explain it briefly, all right? So say product teams usually develop a product, right? Something technical. So developers write code, but prior to them writing code, so say this is the activity of writing code. Prior to that, someone needs to analyze the requirements, someone needs to verify the idea, someone needs to just think it through properly. So this is, say, the validation phase. And I would say this is also a good way how to distinguish the design sprint and the Scrum sprint. So the design sprint, from my experience, is usually helping product teams to iterate, to get to what customers really want and need. So it helps in the ideation phase. And the Scrum Sprint usually helps the technical teams to deliver, to build code. So say as soon as they receive green light, they start organizing several sprints, so Scrum Sprint. Stepping up a little, Scrum is a methodology, right? You've heard about Agile. So Agile is a set of values, principles, and methodologies. There are at least 2 methodologies, like 3 also, including extreme programming. Like there are more, but everyone knows about Scrum and Kanban, right? So Scrum defines these sprints as a time box activity. So this could be sprint 1, sprint 2. So it could be 2-week long sprint, another 2-week long sprint, another 2-week long sprint. So something that starts on Monday and finishes the next Friday, right? Developers write code during the design sprint. Now thinking about, during the Scrum sprint, I'll type it here, Scrum sprint. During the ideation phase, during the validation phase, product teams use the design sprint. I'll write it with blue, design sprint. The design sprint usually lasts 5 days only. It's actually a methodology that was promoted in Google heavily, like they developed this methodology, and it's a really great one. We've used it also to build some of our prototypes. So it helps to streamline the focus. It helps product teams to identify what do customers really want, to build a quick prototype. The design sprint may take only 5 days, and the methodology describes what exactly should happen on day 1, on day 2, on day 3, on day 4, on day 5. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So on Monday, the team should map the problem. On Tuesday, the team should sketch a few solutions. Then on Wednesday, to decide which solution to go for. 4th day was for me the most exciting day. Usually we prototype, we build a simple prototype, like clickable prototype, maybe in InVision or some other similar tool. And the last day, we usually go out and test with customers. Okay, so that's why 5 days. I'll type it here, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so 5 days only. Well, the Scrum sprints usually take 2-3 weeks. Usually 1 week is too short, I would say, from my experience, and a month is way too long. Okay, so this is the difference. Obviously, a design sprint can happen somewhere in between. This is just for you to see the difference. Like, you know, design sprint usually in the earlier phase of the product development, even before developers start coding it, and then as soon as the agile team running the Scrum methodology jumps on it, they follow the Scrum sprints. All right, so this is what I wanted to clarify, because I know quite a lot of recruiters struggle with this, and you should be aware of these keywords and buzzwords, because next time you talk to developers, next time you interview them, you know what to ask, right? You can ask a product owner about design sprints. You can ask, say, a Scrum Master about a Scrum sprint, right? You would most likely not. Scrum also defines the role of a product owner, so you can ask a product owner about the Scrum sprint. Like these are literally details. So if you guys feel like you have any question in regards to these differences, feel free to ask me in comments. I'm really glad to answer any of your questions. That's why we are here at GeekRecruiter. We like to not just explain some of these terms, but even to go further and think like how can you use it to recruit, you know, with confidence, recruit more developers, where to source them, how to attract developers, how to convince them to join a company. So when we recruit for some of our clients, we look at, you know, who would be a great fit for a particular role, for a particular opportunity, based on what we know about technology. So this is all what we teach even inside the GeekRecruiter Academy. We organize like webinars, we organize like online training sessions, we organize mentoring, one-on-one mentoring. So there is a lot to learn in this field and to get better. So if you feel like you want to get better at IT recruitment, certainly drop me a message. That's why I'm here. That's why my team members are here. That's why we have colleagues, instructors, and mentors as a part of our community. All right. And if you also feel like you need to hire developers in-house and you struggle to attract them, then maybe at least we can have a quick chat about your team. Sometimes I've seen clients who need to level up in terms of technology, in terms of technical stack, in terms of how do they organize their work, because you know, sometimes developers just don't want to work with some legacy technology.